I welcome everyone. In today's video, we're going to be touching on something that God really has been speaking to me in levels throughout the past months, and it's something that I feel called to share with everyone out there that feels like they want to do more with their lives and they want to achieve, that God-given potential that God has in store for them. And this goes to the concept of God wanting us to be creators and not be consuming so much. It goes back to the saying, the secret to living is giving. But when we get caught up in just being on social media 24/7 and just scrolling our lives away, consuming all this content, expecting and expecting that we have to consume all this information in order to go out into the world and produce something or give something that people value. And this YouTube channel is something that I've been putting off for a long time. I don't know, let's say 2-3 years, where I felt like I've always wanted to put myself out there, but I never knew how to go by it or what type of stuff am I gonna upload. I just had a sense that I was too stuck and ingrained with just reading, watching other people's YouTube videos. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but when you get stuck in this loop of just consuming and taking, and you feel like you're coming from this place of lack that you need more in order to go out there, it all comes back to this whole notion of imposter syndrome, where if you go out into the world without having that experience, you're not, like, who are you to share this knowledge with people or to uplift others? But the thing is, no one has it all figured out. We're all just going through life, and we're all just trying to share these pieces of nuggets that we're learning on the way. So you really shouldn't get stuck in this loop of thinking that I need to have this all sorted out. My life needs to look this certain way before I can go out into the world and share my story. But this is me coming out because God told me, all right, Steven, enough is enough. I want you to go out there and share your story, share what you've been through, share your struggles, share your weaknesses, share things that you've learned from me, things that I've learned from God along the way, things that I once thought it was something that I was learning on my own, but when in reality, He was the one fortifying my heart and just making me feel again, making me, want to love people better. And it all comes back to the notion again, we need to stop thinking that we need to be a certain way in order to show up. Because, for example, let's say you want to start going to the gym. You're not going to go to the gym already with a six-pack or with that, less fat. Whatever your goals are, you're always going to start at ground zero. So you don't really need to have everything laid out in front of you. Sometimes we all get stuck in this loop of paralysis analysis, where we think we need to have steps A to Z laid out before we can start. When God is just telling us, you're not going to see so far ahead. You're only going to see the first few steps that are in front of you. So start with step 1, and then step 2 is going to reveal itself. So if you're ever stuck in you don't know whether you're called for it, know that you are called for it. Because if you feel it in your heart's desire that God wants you to do something, and you keep relapsing in those negative thoughts that I'm not sure how people are going to react to this, or I'm not even sure if I'm worthy. God tells you that you are worthy. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So this is me stepping up to the plate because God told me, Steven, go make this YouTube channel. I know it can seem scary. I know it can seem like you're not the person, skilled for it. But again, we're all learning through the journey, and God is fortifying and he's refining us through the process. So whatever it may be, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to start a cooking channel, whether you want to go apply to that job, you don't need to know much of it. You just need to know the first few things and then get on your way. You know, God has already given you permission. You only need to give yourself permission now. So it all comes back to the fact that these negative thoughts, they're self-sabotaging you and they're keeping you away from what God has called you to do in life. And that's from creating. Again, going back to the creating. We all have a gift. We all have something that comes natural to us that we have yet to tap into because we're all scared of what people are going to say, of, you know, whether the people around us are going to validate us, whether we're going to feel good. And it's all ego. It's all vanity. It's all, and like all these stuff, like vanity, insecurity, all this stuff gotta go. Like God has already told us who we are. You know, we're made in his image, and we just need to start replaying that in our heads. Like, God, this is who God says I am. Each and every morning, God is telling me it's a brand new start. So forget about what happened a few days ago, whatever happened last year. Forget about it. Every morning you have the opportunity to start fresh and just chase after that goal that you want to chase. So stop consuming, stop looking at people's lives on social media, wishing that you had it and not knowing how you can attain it. It's all gonna start. Again, I like to say that the path unfolds as you start to walk it. So start walking that path. Look at the step that you can take in order to get closer to what God has led for you to do. So let's say you want to start a business and you're not sure like what it is. It looks so grand, right? When you have this goal, when you have this vision, it looks humongous. It looks like this is you and then this is the mountaintop, right? But it all goes back again. You don't want to just pursue these things all for like yourself and to impress others. You just have to like stay in prayer, talk with God if this is something that he wants you to do. But if you feel called by God that this is something you want to do, then by all means go for it. You know, be in prayer, allow him to work through you, allow God to show you the ways that you need to go forth. So if it's the business, for example, just start looking at the steps you can take right now. Form the business name, right? Put it under an LLC, put up your website, and then again, you go step by step. And as you walk the path, it's going to unfold. So when we start consuming, so much stuff, the paralysis analysis starts getting to you, and that's where you're going to start feeling stagnated, right? You're going to feel like you're stuck, and that's where the life just gets sucked right out of you because you're just letting fear grip you, and this is exactly what the enemy wants. So whatever it is you're thinking about doing, whether it's, again, starting a YouTube channel, you want to start a business, you want to move, which I actually did move to another state recently, which I'm going to post another video soon, probably next week. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. And in this channel, I'm just going to be pumping out videos on faith, on how Christ can really allow us to step in to faith and live wholeheartedly the way Jesus did, because this is the only way we're going to truly live a free life. Putting ourselves out there. Stop being so much in your head, thinking about what people think about you, thinking about, am I worthy? Stop looking at yourself down like that, because God does not look at you in such a negative way. He looks at you and he rejoices in you. He smiles. He's just so radiant about who you're gonna become if you start listening to him and you stop listening to other people. You stop listening to the enemy's voice. You are capable of this. You really are. You really need to start believing that. And once you do, you're gonna be amazed of what you're capable of and the person that God is going to be equipping you to become along the way. So I hope that helps everyone. If you want to stay in touch, you can again subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna put my Instagram down in the description. I don't really post that much there, but I will be posting some shorts with due time. And let me know what you think. Let me know what it is that you're thinking of doing, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this. But other than that, hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care. Peace.